On YouTube. So this is a bit of a short one really. We're into November. We had this first frost last week. So your plants that are tender perennials, i.e. they'll not stand many frosts, they need to be getting put inside or need protection.
Yeah.
So how can we do it? Well, there's lots of different ways. The first one's the easiest way, I'll show you. So I've got a tender plant here that's in a pot, nice and easy. Frost-free greenhouse. This one's just under a bit of reconstruction at the minute. Just bring that indoors. There's some begonias I'm keep overwintering down. The bougainvillea there. They'll be quite happy in here. Keep frost off them. Some cannas and odd other bits and bobs. Money plants. Quite happy in there now. Frost-free. There's this plant here, this Agastache, beekeeper's plant. Can start them off from seed every year, which I will be doing, but I want to try and overwinter that one as well.
Yeah.
For some cuttings off it. So it's quite simple. I'll just lift plant up, much root on it as I can get. I'll put that on my bench in greenhouse. Just take a lot of this orphic growth off, so it's only going to cause problems over winter if you leave it all on. Oh, it smells lovely this time.
It does. Very perfumey.
Yeah, it's mint family, isn't it?
Mm. Wow, it's more like some spearmint, isn't it?
I'm not going to do it this moment, but all I'm going to do with that now, so I'll clean a lot of this soil off and I'm going to stick it into a 2-3 litre pot, leave it in pot in a frost-free greenhouse over winter, take some cuttings off in spring and then replant. So that's that one sorted out. Right, how about if you can't lift them, if you can't put them into a greenhouse, what can we do? Well, we'll have to look at other ways. So we'll have a look at the banana. Need some fleece. You can get fleece sacks as well, what go over the top, which are ideal. Here we have old mate Bertie dam.
Bertie.
We don't want frost getting Bertie, do we?
No.
He's been planted this year. I got fed up of falling over him last year. Right, I'm going to bend these 2 leaves down to protect the crown at the bottom. And then I'll get my fleece out. Just really want to bring him together, Dan. Pull him nice and tight over the top growth. Get them all covered up. This is just an example. What I will do with this, I'll put some more fleece on. There's not enough there.
I suppose the good thing about doing this as well, especially with Berties at this size, if you were to do it at Halloween, you could put some eyes on it and pretend it were a ghost.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Why not? Just giving it a tie so it don't blow all about when we get the strong winds. I put another tie on at bottom, just bring it in there and all, and he'll quite happily sit in that fleece for some protection, get him through the winter. So something else that needs some protection over winter is your dahlias. So I'm able to lift them, so I'm going to lift them. Nice big tuber, this one. Yep. As much of this soil off as you can. If you knock the odd root off, don't worry, it'll not hurt it in any way. Really try and clean it up as much as you can. Again, want to get it into a frost-free position over winter. If you're not able to lift your dahlias, wait till they've turned black, all top growth, they've had a frost on them. Cut them hard back, and if you can, just try and put some mulch over the top.
Yeah.
Just to give them an extra bit of protection. Some will get through. I've had dahlias in here for 2 or 3 years now. What I've got through winter's okay. But if you want to lift them, that's, you know, you're taking a gamble when you leave them in. If you lift them and store them, you're taking that gamble out. So here's what we do once we've lifted them. So this is a little bit early to be doing them, but because of commitments, I've got to do it now and next week. Get shut at top, go off. That one's a good one, Dan.
It is. The sharp them secateurs.
Like chewing on a dog's ear. So anyway, you're left with something like that with your tuber. Let's take that bit off. I think it's because of the soil that's on them.
Yeah.
So what I'll do is I'll just nip some of this off just to make it. Try these. Make it a bit easier to store. Just say get as much of this soil and that off as possible. I find a little brush like that. You can see it really gets in between all the roots. So all damp soil's going to do is increase your problems with moulds, funguses and rot. Right. What I need to do now before you do anything else is don't be tempted to wrap them straight away and store them. You want to sit your tuber upside down.
Yeah.
10 to 14 days. Let some of the moisture get out of it. What you don't want to do with that is put it somewhere where it's going to get really warm.
Yeah.
You don't want that. When you come to actual wrap it and put it away for winter, you don't want it to look like shriveled prunes. You know what I mean? So you want it to dry in a nice cool place, frost-free, but not hot. So don't be tempted like to put them on a windowsill or something like that.
Yeah.
Something like a garage or a shed is ideal, just to let them
keep it frost on.
Yeah, obviously if it's a shed on allotment, just be aware of vermin.
Yeah.
We'll keep them raised up out it way. So we'll skip that, we've done that part then. So we're 2 weeks further on now. So we'll take tuber right way up. This one's a bit of a dog's ear, but it'll be fine. A little note as well. Don't be thinking with dahlias that you can take one of these off like that. I think you can get another plant from that.
Right.
You can't, that's a root. Yeah, that's just a storage organ, that is actually a root. To do that is when you see your growth coming at your top here, at your growth point, and then you can split it with a spade or a knife, and that's how you split a dahlia tuber. You don't get new plants by taking these roots off. Interesting. So it's fully dried now. Let's use your imagination a bit on that one. I'm just going to get a sheet of newspaper, possibly 2. Yellow sulphur, Dan. Don't need a lot. Dan's going to say what you're doing that for.
I am going to say what you're doing that for.
Because yellow sulphur, it just helps keep it on that dry side. Keep them funguses, moulds and rot off, yeah. Important thing to do now, which this isn't a variety I'm keeping, this is just a garden variety, so I'm not fussed about what. It's one at Bishop's, I know that. You've got name varieties and you don't want to get them mixed up. A cert tag. Yeah. Write down what variety it is, put it on tuber. Basically, just folding him up into paper. Yeah. Need another sheet. It's come through bottom. Sit him in there. If you've got 2 or 3 varieties, what I do with mine is I put all the same varieties into one of these trays, and then again store these same as what you did for drying. The thing is to keep them frost free at all times, and also is not to have them where it's too hot and they're going to go soft.
Yeah.
You know, you're going to take too much moisture out of your tuber. Don't be tempted, which a lot of people do, to stick them in, forget about them till March, February, whatever. keep having a look. Just make sure they're all right. Make sure you're not having any problems.
Yeah.
Because if you spot the problem straight away, or if you have a look every fortnight, you've a chance. What if it's mould? You can add some more sulphur. You can move them to somewhere what's a bit drier. You know, they don't want them getting damp. If you wait while March and you haven't looked at them, it's too late then.
Yeah,
keep your eye on them. You can stop it before it happens. Again, personally, I'll be setting these off in a greenhouse. Mid to end of February is when I'll be starting mine back off into pots with compost sat on the top. The reason I'm doing that is to start getting some cuttings. I want to get some growth on so I can get them cuttings off to extend my stock. Yes, that'll be sort of February time. Heated greenhouse. What do I mean by heated greenhouse? Is you're just basically keeping it frost free. So I want it to be somewhere between 8 and 10.
Yeah.
24 hours.
Yeah.
So when we speak about heating a greenhouse in the new year, I'm not looking to have it at 80 degrees. You know, there's no point. You're just wasting your money.
Yeah, don't
because
need it.
as well as warmth, you need daylight, and you're not going to get that then. You know, so you've got shorter days. Just get them growing. Get them growing nice and steady. You don't want long, elongated growth for taking your cuttings. Nice little short, stumpy plants to get off. You can root them in your greenhouse at 8 to 10 as well. So as soon as they come. Once we get to that stage, we'll come back. We'll shove it on YouTube. I think we did one last year, but we'll redo it again. Taking some cuttings off, getting them going. Okay. One last one while we're here is gladioli. We might as well have a gladioli up down and just show them the procedure with that, which is all pretty similar. It's that main thing. I'll just get one of these bags for me gladdies. The main thing is that keeping them frost free, but not too warm, not overdoing it, that you end up sending them soft. Yeah, and nice and airy where it's not damp.
Yeah.
Yep, smashing. Right, gladioli's got a clump of gladdies here. Don't know if there's any cormlets on. I can't see any at the minute. Maybe. Yeah, there is. Cormlets, what do I mean by cormlets? I'll show you when we take these into greenhouse. Again, get as much soil off as you can. A bit like Jim Bowen. Pot as many balls as you can. Not Jim Bowen, were it? Big Break.
Big Break.
Put as many balls as you can.
Yeah, that's going back a few years.
Not for me, Dan. Right, so you got your gladioli up. Oops. Just split these up.
Where's it gone?
Where's the sieve?
Where's it gone?
Do it on some paper. Right. Take my gloves off. I'm a tactile kind of guy. Take top growth off, don't want that anymore. Right, you get in on these, Dan. These are what we call cormlets, yeah?
Quite a few on that one, isn't there?
Yeah. These will all be gladioli.
So would these flower next year if you were to set these cormlets off, or?
I'll show you, Dan. What I'm doing there.
Yep.
Yep. Just gone over now. But they're last year's.
Super.
So them really, you know, pea-sized cormlets. That's
produce that.
Yep.
On the first year.
What the corms are like now, I don't know, but we'll get one up when we've done this and we'll have a look.
Sweet.
So yeah, just get them cormlets off. Try not to damage them, just gently. This brush. If you get odd one or two pinging like I have, don't worry too much because there's thousands.
So
then your main corm, Dan. I'll take roots off. Don't need them anymore now. Not with them, I'm not. I think they can go in bin when we finish this. Take my roots off. These are an handy little tool for this. Good brush, lamb brush. Scrubbing brush, innit? I suppose. Clean that corm up as much as you can. And again, same as the dahlias. Put them in a nice frost-free place, not too warm. You don't want to start encouraging growth at this time of year. It's not beneficial. Save them for next year. Plant them out after all signs of frost have gone.
Another one on that. Someone told me ages ago, like, you can't really tell on this one, but they have like a basil plate, don't they?
Yeah.
And someone told me that you need to take that off when you replant them. Is that?
Something I've never done. I can't see any great benefit in it.
Oh.
And they could take all your roots aren't going to do out, so you go right back to the basil plate to encourage, you know, the fresh roots, fresh growth. But no, it's not something I've ever done. There might be something in it, I don't know. It's the first time I've heard that done.
Yeah, I mean, if anybody else out there knows,
put it in the comments.
Yeah.
Right, so these cormlets then. Get a paper bag. If you want paper bag, you don't want to be putting them in plastic bags or anything that's going to make them sweat. I did have my little sieve. Ah, there he is.
Found it.
Just tip them in there. Just put them through this sieve. Just get shut of this excess soil and stuff that's on them. Any bits of chaff. Chaff, Dan, that's a good word. John Chaff. Paper bag. Tip them all over. Yep. Again, put them somewhere nice and frost-free. You can stick them in a drawer. That's it. Make sure they're nice and dry when you put them in, not damp. Keep your eye on them again. You know, don't just come back to them after frost. Just make sure there ain't a bad one amongst them, because it's like having a bad potato. It'll send others bad. Yeah. And there you go. You've got a load more gladioli to build your stock up with for next year.
That's great.
Yep, so that's just a few different ways for overwintering. I mean, plants are getting expensive, so the more you can keep, the better.
Yeah.
And it's not only are you overwintering a plant, you're increasing your stock again, aren't you?
Yeah. So saving yourself a bit of money as well.
Yep.
Shall we have a look at one of these last year's bulbs?
Forgot about that, Dan. Yeah.
Just have a look what size these are like.
Where's my spade, mate?
Where's it gone? Spade.
Where are you? We'll pick one that's finished flowering. We've still got one here yet that's to flower. Yeah. Still got a chance. I'm going to do it spade and it'd be that big.
Hey, it's just interesting to see though, isn't it?
Now, unfortunately, you didn't see the size of that when I planted it, but honestly, it was like one of those that we've just got off. Yeah,
and to be fair, if you go into Wilco or anywhere or garden centres, that's the size you're getting. Yeah. So you're pretty much getting like a second year bulb, aren't you?
That's one season's growth.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which, just on a quick one, I will lift and store these.
Yeah.
That bed, I'm not lifting them all. I'm just going to split them and thin them out, because I'm actually going to add some grasses to that bed to grow with the gladiolis next season.
Well, that'll be interesting.
So some of those will be stopping in that bed. Because of the depth they're planted, I'm pretty sure they'll get through winter.
Yeah, yeah.
So you haven't got to lift them, you know. But again, if you want to lift them, then you can increase your stock by taking them cormlets off, and you do cut down that chance of risk. Yeah. You know, just in case we get one of them winters where we go down to like -8s, -10s, starts getting a bit iffy then.
Yeah, so we'll just, obviously we touched on saying you're going to leave them in because how deep they're planted. Yeah. What sort of depth are they usually planted?
You look to double to 2 times and half the depth of the bulb.
Right, okay.
Yeah, if you get me.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so yeah. Which I found out, because like I've been doing it for more years than I care to remember, that is roughly the depth of a trowel to plant that. So it works out simple. If you've got a trowel, trowels are pretty standardised. Put it full depth for a trowel, sit your bulb at bottom, fill your hole back up. So there you go.
Cheers for that.
Yeah, we'll be back soon, I imagine, Dan.
Yeah, a few more bits to touch up on.
Yeah, take care. Thanks for that. Bye.